As a child, like many children do, I took on the interests of my parents. My mum is an artist, along with quite a few others in my family, but my dad was always a scientist first, fascinated by optics, electronics, radio waves and genetics. He taught me photography and bought me every book Richard Dawkins wrote. My dad lectured in computer-related design at the Royal College of Art in South Kensington. And when we used to go and see him, I loved to visit the Natural History Museum close by. The towering dinosaurs, the beetles like iridescent gems in their wooden drawers, a world so full of wonders. At A-level, strangely, I hated studying art. Being told how to be creative didn't sit well with me, and I fell out with my teacher. By contrast, I found my biology teacher inspiring. So when it was time for me to choose my university degree, I chose biology. For my dissertation, I wrote about types of coevolution between animals and plants, those that developed in the leafy systems of a particular type of plant called an epiphytic bromeliad that lives on the branches of gigantic rainforest trees in the Amazon. After university, I was struggling to find a career. I'd enjoyed studying biology, but I also had an innate attraction towards the visual arts and music. I spent years in boring office jobs during the day while working on my creative projects in my free time. A while later, I'd just started another contract in yet another tedious finance position when I realised I just couldn't take it anymore, and I just got up and walked out. With the help and motivation of my girlfriend, I started working as a freelance photographer and video producer. I was quite successful, moving from job to job and making the most out of every opportunity. One day, my friend Nick, who'd been working for an NGO in the Peruvian Amazon, contacted me, saying they wanted to make a short film to help promote their work. I went to pitch at the NGO's office, which happened to be in South Kensington, just round the corner from the Natural History Museum. And a few months later, we were on a plane flying over the mighty Andes. We landed in Cusco, and the altitude nearly floored me. A few days later, we made the incredible journey through the high Andes, down through the cloud forest and into the Amazon. On the way I saw snakes, capuchin monkeys, deadly wandering spiders, and many of the bromeliads I'd written about back at university. I even kept a rhinoceros beetle as a pet for a while. The film we made was about one of the NGO's workers, an inspirational character who used to be a slash-and-burn farmer but found a book on sustainable farming and started to teach local people about agroforestry. I loved filming in the jungle, and the thought of making a film that might make a small difference in the fight against deforestation. A few months later, Nick and I found ourselves on the huge stage of the Istanbul Congress Center, addressing the United Nations Forests Forum and accepting our first award. It felt like we'd come a long way from the deepest rainforests of Peru, to be wearing our suits, shaking hands with the Under-Secretary General. In filmmaking, I'd found a way of combining my interests and passions, while possibly doing some good in the world. My next film would take me on a new adventure, to the jungles of Borneo.